Once I was having a conversation with a very close friend of mine. As women, our emotions, desires, and thoughts can sometimes be very complex, right? But the strange thing is, no one really teaches us what these things truly mean or what we really need. That day, she gave me a perspective I hadn't thought of before. She said, "We women may appear very different on the outside, but knowing what we really feel inside requires something much deeper." And so today, I decided to dive into that depth. What do you think we should learn about women's desires? If you're curious to explore a little more, let's get started. Female desire is often a topic surrounded by myths, misunderstandings, and superficial assumptions. But the truth is far more complex and layered than society tends to acknowledge. Beneath the surface, women's desires are not just about physical attraction or instant gratification. They are deeply connected to their emotional, psychological, and even spiritual states. One of the key aspects of female desire is that it is intrinsically linked to emotional intimacy. Research shows that women often require a strong emotional connection before they can fully engage in physical intimacy. Unlike men, who may have a more direct connection between physical attraction and desire, women's feelings of closeness, trust, and affection play a critical role in shaping their desire. This is not just an emotional need, but a psychological one that builds the foundation for deeper, more fulfilling relationships. Another hidden layer of female desire is the complexity of what women want from their partners. Women are not just looking for someone to fulfill their physical needs. They are often seeking someone who understands their emotional world and can create a space where they feel heard, valued, and respected. This sense of being seen and understood is a powerful catalyst for desire. Furthermore, women's desires are influenced by their self-esteem and personal experiences. Past relationships, cultural influences, and personal traumas all shape how a woman views her own worth and what she expects from a relationship. This is why it's essential to approach women's desires with sensitivity and respect. Each woman's emotional and psychological landscape is unique. The truth is, female desire is a reflection of the woman's entire being. It's not something that can be easily categorized or simplified. When you understand the deep emotional and psychological factors that influence a woman's desires, you begin to see her for who she truly is. And that is the key to creating a meaningful connection. What do women really want? It's a question that has puzzled men for centuries, often leading to frustration and misunderstandings. But the truth is that the needs of women are not as mysterious as they might seem. Often, what women truly desire is not something that can be easily articulated or expressed directly. These are the unspoken needs, those subtle, underlying desires that influence how women navigate relationships, both romantic and otherwise. One of the most fundamental unspoken needs for many women is the need to feel emotionally safe. Emotional safety doesn't simply mean being free from physical harm. It refers to a sense of psychological security, where a woman feels she can be vulnerable, express her true feelings, and be heard without judgment. This safety creates a foundation of trust, which is essential for any meaningful relationship. Without it, women may find it difficult to open up, share their thoughts, or even explore their desires with their partner. When women feel emotionally safe, they are more likely to experience deeper intimacy and connection. Another important unspoken need is the desire for validation and appreciation. While society often teaches women to be independent and self-sufficient, the truth is that women need to feel valued and acknowledged for who they are, not just for what they do. This need for validation goes beyond compliments on appearance or achievements. It's about being recognized for their emotional intelligence, their nurturing qualities, and the ways they contribute to relationships and communities. When women don't feel appreciated in these ways, they may begin to feel unseen, which can lead to feelings of loneliness and disconnection. In addition, many women have an unspoken need for space and independence. This isn't about rejecting the relationship or distancing themselves from their partner. Rather, it's about maintaining their sense of self. Women, like men, need time to pursue their own passions, hobbies, and interests. This autonomy is crucial for maintaining a healthy balance within the relationship. When a woman feels that she has the space to grow as an individual, she is better equipped to contribute to the relationship and engage more fully with her partner. Lastly, women have an unspoken need for deep, genuine communication. It's not just about having conversations. It's about connecting on a meaningful level, where both partners can share their thoughts, dreams, and fears without fear of being dismissed. Women value partners who listen actively, who make an effort to understand their perspective, and who communicate with empathy and honesty. Without this level of communication, women may feel emotionally disconnected, even if the relationship is otherwise functional. These unspoken needs often go unnoticed, but they are incredibly powerful in shaping the dynamics of a relationship. Understanding them requires emotional intelligence, patience, and a willingness to listen beyond the words. By acknowledging and meeting these needs, partners can build stronger, more fulfilling relationships. When it comes to understanding female desire, one of the most common misconceptions is the belief that women's desires are primarily physical. While physical attraction certainly plays a role, female desire is far more complex and often driven by emotional factors that go beyond the body. In fact, many women experience a deeper and more profound connection to their partners when their emotional needs are met, which in turn enhances their physical attraction. Emotions and physicality are intertwined, creating what could be called a complex dance of desire. This dance begins with the emotional connection. Women often need to feel secure, understood, and emotionally connected before they can fully engage in physical intimacy. Without the emotional groundwork, physical desire can seem hollow or detached. When a woman feels emotionally safe and valued, she is far more likely to experience arousal and desire on a physical level. This emotional bond acts as a catalyst, turning a simple physical encounter into something more meaningful. Interestingly, research has shown that women often report feeling more sexually satisfied when they have a strong emotional bond with their partner. This connection allows them to open up in ways that are necessary for a fulfilling sexual experience. Without emotional connection, the experience may feel disconnected or even unsatisfying, despite the physical aspects being present. But the connection between emotions and physical desire is not just one-sided. Physical touch, affection, and closeness also trigger emotional responses. A gentle touch, a kiss, or simply holding hands can create an emotional bond that reinforces desire. In this sense, the physical and emotional aspects of desire feed into each other, creating a loop where each one enhances the other. For women, desire is often a fluid, evolving experience that changes depending on the emotional and physical context of their relationship. During times of emotional intimacy, desire may be stronger and more spontaneous. However, during periods of stress or emotional disconnect, physical desire may diminish. This ebb and flow of desire is part of what makes female sexuality so unique. It's not simply about one or the other. It's about how both emotional and physical factors work together to create a balanced, fulfilling experience. Ultimately, understanding the complex relationship between emotional and physical desire can help build stronger, more fulfilling relationships. When partners understand that these two elements are inseparable and work together to fuel desire, they can create deeper connections and more satisfying experiences for both individuals. For women, emotional intimacy is not just a precursor to physical desire, it is an integral part of the experience itself. Intuition plays a central role in the way women experience and express desire. Unlike the more straightforward, logical approach often associated with male desire, Women's desires are frequently guided by a deeper, almost instinctive sense of what feels right. This inner sense of knowing, often referred to as intuition, is an essential part of how women navigate their relationships and their attractions. It's a force that subtly influences how they choose partners, respond to emotional cues, and even how they feel about themselves and their desires. Women's intuition is closely tied to their emotional and psychological states, creating a complex and dynamic framework for desire. From an early age, women are often socialized to be more in touch with their emotions, and this heightened emotional awareness translates directly into their ability to pick up on subtle signals from others. For example, a woman might find herself drawn to a partner not just because of his physical appearance, but because of the energy he exudes, his mannerisms, or the way he listens to her. This isn't something easily explained by logic. It's a gut feeling, a sense of alignment that resonates with her on a deeper level. Attraction, then, becomes a dance of energy. Women often feel attracted to partners who can match their emotional and intuitive rhythms. It's not simply about looks, wealth, or status. Those can all be superficial markers. True attraction goes beyond surface-level traits and dives into the subtle cues that indicate shared emotional depth and understanding. Women often seek out partners who can make them feel emotionally seen, heard, and valued, and intuition plays a huge role in guiding them toward these kinds of connections. Moreover, intuition influences how women process their own desires. Women often need to feel that their desires are valid, understood, and respected. Their inner world is a complex landscape of feelings, past experiences, and personal beliefs, all of which shape what they desire in a relationship. Intuition helps them navigate these internal complexities, allowing them to better understand what they need and how to communicate it. This is why women's desires can sometimes seem elusive or difficult to articulate, because they are deeply intertwined with their inner emotional landscape. Interestingly, intuition also plays a role in how women sense and respond to their partner's needs. In many cases, women have a heightened ability to pick up on emotional cues from their partners, often knowing when something is wrong even before it's verbally expressed. This ability to tune into emotional energy is not just a unique skill, but an instinct that helps women form deep, meaningful connections with their partners. It's part of the way women experience attraction and desire, not just on a physical level, but on an emotional and intuitive one. Ultimately, understanding the role of intuition in women's desires offers a deeper insight into what drives their attraction. It's not simply about logic or reasoning, it's about the invisible, intuitive currents that guide them toward meaningful, emotionally fulfilling connections. By acknowledging and respecting this inner world, partners can create relationships that are not only emotionally satisfying, but also rich with genuine, intuitive attraction. Communication is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship, but for women, it plays an especially critical role in expressing their desires and needs. Unlike men, who are often more direct in their communication style, women tend to be more nuanced in how they convey what they want or need. This can sometimes lead to misunderstandings, as their partner may not always pick up on subtle hints or emotional cues. However, this doesn't mean that women are unwilling to express their desires. Rather, it highlights the importance of understanding the intricacies of communication within a relationship. One key aspect of communication for women is the ability to express vulnerability. Women often feel more comfortable sharing their emotional needs when they trust that their partner will listen without judgment. This openness is crucial in fostering intimacy and connection. However, expressing desire is not always as simple as saying, "I want this," or "I need that." Women may convey their needs through body language, tone of voice, or even through the way they engage in certain activities. The subtlety of this communication can sometimes make it difficult for men to understand, but it is no less important. Research suggests that women are more likely to express their emotional desires in a roundabout way. They may start a conversation about their feelings and needs by discussing an unrelated topic or expressing frustration over something minor. This indirect approach often serves as a way of gauging their partner's reaction before fully opening up. It's a way of testing the waters to see if their partner is receptive to their emotional world. When a partner responds with empathy and attentiveness, it encourages further communication and helps build a stronger emotional connection. Another important aspect of communication is the way women express their physical desires. While emotional communication is key, physical desire must also be communicated openly and honestly. In many cases, women may find it difficult to articulate what they want sexually due to societal taboos or personal insecurities. However, women who feel comfortable in their relationships and trust their partners are more likely to communicate their sexual needs. This can be as simple as expressing what feels good, what they enjoy, or even what they don't like. The willingness to communicate about physical desires leads to more fulfilling sexual experiences, as both partners are better able to understand each other's preferences and boundaries. For women, communication is also about the unspoken. It's not always about what is said, but also what is not said. Non-verbal communication, such as eye contact, gestures, or touch, can communicate desires and needs more powerfully than words. The ability to read these subtle cues can strengthen the connection between partners and create a deeper sense of understanding. Women often rely on these non-verbal forms of communication, especially when they feel their partner isn't fully understanding their verbal expressions. Ultimately, communication in relationships is a dynamic and multifaceted process. For women, it's about striking a balance between speaking their truth and navigating the subtleties of emotional and physical needs. Effective communication, both verbal and nonverbal, is key to fostering deeper intimacy, trust, and satisfaction in a relationship. Partners who understand and respond to each other's needs, both spoken and unspoken, are able to build stronger, more fulfilling connections. One of the most fascinating aspects of female desire is how it evolves over time. Women's desires are not static. They change and grow as they gain a deeper understanding of themselves, their bodies, and their emotional needs. This ongoing process of self-discovery and empowerment plays a critical role in shaping a woman's experience of desire, influencing how she connects with others and what she truly seeks in a relationship. In many cases, women's desires begin to shift as they enter different life stages. For example, in their younger years, women may be more focused on physical attraction or the excitement of new experiences. However, as they mature, many women begin to prioritize emotional intimacy and a deeper connection with their partner. This evolution of desire is not just about what they want in terms of physical affection, it's also about how they wish to be seen and understood as individuals. Empowerment, then, becomes a key element in the way women experience desire. Empowerment in this context means the ability to understand and communicate one's needs, to set boundaries, and to feel comfortable expressing what one desires without shame or guilt. As women grow older and gain more life experience, they often become more attuned to their own desires and less willing to compromise on what truly matters to them. This self-assurance allows them to seek out relationships that align with their values and emotional needs, leading to more fulfilling and authentic connections. An important aspect of this self-discovery process is the way women begin to connect with their bodies. In their youth, many women may feel disconnected from their physical selves due to societal pressures or unrealistic beauty standards. Over time, however, women often develop a deeper appreciation for their own bodies, which can profoundly affect their sense of sexual agency and desire. As women learn to embrace their physicality and appreciate their uniqueness, they feel more empowered to express their desires and take ownership of their sexual experiences. Interestingly, self-discovery is also linked to the idea of personal growth. As women evolve and learn more about themselves, their desires can become more nuanced and multifaceted. They may begin to crave different forms of intimacy, such as intellectual connection or shared experiences, alongside physical attraction. This broadening of desire reflects a shift from external validation to internal fulfillment. Women, empowered by their understanding of themselves, are less likely to seek external approval and more likely to prioritize their own happiness and well-being. For many women, the process of self-discovery and empowerment leads to a profound sense of liberation. The more they understand their desires and needs, the more they are able to embrace them without fear or hesitation. This shift in mindset is not just about sexual liberation. It's about owning one's identity and stepping into one's power in all aspects of life. When women feel empowered in their desires, they are more likely to form healthy, authentic relationships that reflect their true selves and that allow them to express their full range of desires, both emotional and physical. Ultimately, women's desires evolve as part of their personal journey of self-discovery and empowerment. By gaining a deeper understanding of who they are, what they need, and how they want to be treated, women can create more meaningful and fulfilling relationships. This evolution of desire is a celebration of self-awareness, growth, and the ability to honor one's own needs without compromise. Women who embrace this journey are able to experience desire in a more profound, fulfilling, and empowered way, which leads to richer and more connected relationships. A key factor in understanding female desire is the powerful influence of past experiences. Women's desires are often shaped by the events, relationships, and formative experiences they have lived through. These experiences don't just fade into the background. They become integral to how women perceive themselves, their relationships, and what they seek in a partner. The past doesn't just define who we were. It shapes who we are and who we become in the context of our desires. One of the most significant ways past experiences affect a woman's desires is through emotional conditioning. For instance, a woman who has experienced deep emotional trauma or heartbreak may approach new relationships with caution or hesitation. Her past pain could make her more guarded or more selective when it comes to intimacy. Similarly, positive experiences from the past can have a lasting impact. A woman who has felt deeply loved and cherished in a previous relationship may have a clearer sense of what emotional fulfillment looks like and might be more likely to seek out those qualities in future partners. The way a woman was treated in her past relationships, whether with respect, care, or neglect, can set a precedent for what she expects from future partners. Women who have experienced emotional or physical abuse may have more complex and nuanced desires. Their past traumas may lead them to seek healing through their relationships, and this can sometimes make it more difficult to fully trust or be vulnerable with others. However, these past experiences can also serve as catalysts for growth. Over time, women may learn to reclaim their own power and rediscover what healthy intimacy looks like. Through self-reflection, therapy, or healthy relationships, many women are able to heal from past wounds and reshape their desires in a way that aligns with their true emotional needs. Another important aspect of how the past shapes desires is the way in which societal expectations and cultural norms influence women's experiences. For example, women who grow up in environments where they are taught to be submissive or to prioritize others' needs over their own may struggle to fully embrace their own desires. These women may find it difficult to ask for what they want or may suppress their own needs to accommodate those of others. On the other hand, women raised in more egalitarian or progressive environments might have a different sense of entitlement when it comes to their desires, feeling more comfortable expressing their needs and setting boundaries. The way a woman's past has shaped her relationship with her own sexuality is also key. If a woman grew up in an environment where sexuality was repressed or stigmatized, she may feel disconnected from her own sexual desires. This could lead to challenges in expressing herself sexually or in navigating her own body. However, as women grow older and gain more self-confidence, many are able to reclaim their sexual agency. Their past experiences might have initially shaped them, but they do not have to define their future desires. In many cases, women's sexual desires evolve into something more liberated and self-affirming as they learn to embrace their bodies and sexual identities without shame. Ultimately, past experiences shape a woman's desires by influencing how she sees herself, how she connects with others, and what she expects from relationships. Women's desires are not static. They are fluid, constantly evolving, and deeply connected to the personal stories they carry with them. Understanding how a woman's history shapes her desires can provide profound insights into her emotional landscape and the ways in which she seeks connection. It's a reminder that desire is not just about physical attraction or chemistry. It's about the intricate web of past experiences, emotional wounds, growth, and empowerment that come together to define a woman's journey. As we've explored today, understanding and embracing your desires is a deeply personal journey that requires self-awareness, emotional safety, and a willingness to communicate openly. Women deserve to feel empowered to express their needs and desires without fear of judgment or rejection. By creating a safe and open environment, whether in relationships, friendships, or personal growth, women can connect more deeply with themselves and their partners, leading to more fulfilling, authentic connections. So take the time to reflect, communicate, and embrace who you are. Remember, your desires are valid, and you deserve to experience them fully. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Let's continue this journey of exploration and empowerment together.